Hi everyone, Brevman Jenkins here, and I broke a mark I didn't think I'd ever break. I have 70 subscribers. I'm not patient enough to wait to 100, and I missed my mark at 50 because I just didn't care. But I have some kill confirmed footage sitting around, and it's not long enough for any of the conventional Let's Learns I do, and there's nothing really funny happening in or out of the lobby, so I can't do rage mics with it. But I recorded it, it hung around, I processed it while I was at work, and I'm recording commentary now. I wanted to talk a little bit about the series, how I put this together, and some of the guys who are doing videos that you should pay attention to if you're not already subscribed, which chances are you're already subscribed to them too. So people ask all the time how I put these videos together. It comes from the thread, people in game, people at a game, people sending me messages, and it's pretty simple. I actually never intended to do YouTube videos with this. I did a couple test videos just to see if it would work back when I got the HD PVR, which was actually intended to attach to my TV when I finally moved after I spent 9 months trying to buy a house. And then it turned out Comcast was just going to give me a DVR, so I thought it was, I bought this thing thinking I would just use it to record all my stuff on my computer, and I'd be totally fine. Instead, I have on demand and I have a DVR. Not really much I can complain about there. And it's pretty cheap because they fucked up my installation a couple times, and I have a friend who works for Comcast who got them to take the monthly pricing off of both items. So that's pretty cool. But how I do this, outside of the initial investment in the HD PVR, I haven't spent a single dollar on any of these things. I went into the Let's Learn subforum. If you're not a Something Awful Forums member, it's where they do a bunch of Let's Learn video or Let's Play videos of varying proportions, whether it's small Xbox Live arcade games or it's big AAA titles. And they had a pretty good breakdown of how to take HD footage from a PVR and put it out there. HD PVRs, if you don't know, render the footage for you already. So all you really have to do is encode it. So they suggest a program called MeGUI, which allows you to pull audio and video off, and then you can edit it together in a scripting program. They suggest using this program called Avisynth. Everything's free. You can get plugins for all that stuff. I really suggest it. It didn't cost me a cent. You can get pretty good editing programs online, wherever you want to get them. So look into that if you're going to get an HD PVR, which is kind of fun. If you want to use it to record TV, it does that. You don't need a high-end computer for it. Really, if you have any questions about this, feel free to send me a message, and I'll be more than happy to answer them, because I got here because people were willing to answer my questions on this subject. So, with all that said, it's been a lot of fun doing these videos. And I know I can spam them in the forum a little bit and reply to my own stuff, but it's, I don't know, I thought it's been a lot of fun recently. I want to get back to do more military aviation stuff. I've got a few of those lined up. The F-106, the F-108, the Sky Scorcher, the F-4 Phantom, the Thunder Chief. There's a lot. The Fairchild 104 Thunder Chief. There's a lot of them. They're mostly Cold War era because I feel like if I start talking about things like the F-119, the F-19 and the F-35, which are two programs I'm tangentially working on in some way or another, I feel like I'd be breaking some sort of NDA, so I don't want to touch anything that's fairly modern. I've been holding off on doing something on the SR-71. I keep meaning to do something like about the Apache or Heinz or MiGs, but I've been kind of holding off because I've found other topics that were interesting to me. And in all honesty, I do this because I find interesting topics, like the Burr conspiracy item or the bankruptcy of New York, that aren't really well documented, that are kind of obscure, and I like to talk about them. I think it makes for an interesting series. If I was just coming out here and telling you stuff you could learn on Wikipedia every single week, I'd feel like I wasn't doing my job, and if this was a job. But those are, that's just what this is. But I wanted to take a minute also to talk about some of the guys you may or may not have seen uh, posting videos or that are around. I've linked most of them in the description with more videos to come. But definitely check out people like Random Factor oh 07, who's S.A. Ray, Dumb Cumster or Pause My Neghole, Prototype Zero, who does a pretty cool series where he takes Craigslist ads and reads them out loud over gameplay footage, which I feel is kind of, I don't know, akin to what I do, but on a much more perverted level. Uh, Doing commentary on a game like this is boring as shit. If you've ever sat through someone doing a commentary, you realize they run out of things to say about 3 minutes in. I'm using this gun, I'm camping in this corner, blah blah blah. But definitely go check out those channels. Those guys all have HD PVRs. Was It does a pretty cool series where he just puts video of him in an AC-130 over popular songs from the 80s, which is pretty cool. I actually like those a lot. Check out people like Promoted Pond, who, while he doesn't have a HD PVR, he puts together some interesting videos. But yeah, look into those guys. And finally, I wanted to cover a few things that didn't actually work out while I was working on this channel. One of them was a fake Wings of Redemption freakout, where I pretended to be a YouTube superstar, and I died once to a guy with a sniper rifle, and then I was going to freak out and talk about how I was going to break my game disc and all this shit. It wasn't funny. The guy's already a parody of human life. It's not funny to do that. The other thing was more recent. Was I was going to take a bunch of pictures of really crappily drawn Ron Paul paraphernalia from his campaign in 2008 and this year, and put them together to talk to you about all the terrible, terrible ideas he has and why I think you should vote for him in the Republican primaries if you happen to be registered. The Paul people would probably think it was awesome that I was talking about competing currencies, eliminating the FDA, and stopping the IRS from collecting taxes on a progressive scale, or regressive as it is now. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching the last few months, and I hope you enjoy what's coming down the pipeline. I know I'm enjoying looking forward to it at this point. Bye.